At this point, what genre of music do you consider yourself?
Um, Hip hop, rap, maybe slightly some R&B. You know.
What do you think the percentage is?
I would say 80-20.
Okay,
Yeah.
20% being R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Are you referred to as a rapper?
Yes.
What is your opinion of that phrase?
Hmm. Well, I almost kind of really don't like called being a rapper. I would rather be called an artist. Um, because I feel like anybody can really be called a rapper, even people that don't really know how to rap. You see what I'm saying? I was a rapper, like throw them in that category, or like, all rappers either smoke or drink, and I don't do either one, so it's like the rapper has it's a stereotype thing, I get a lot of hoes, fuck groupies, go and tour and smoke and drink and, fuck bitches after every show and shit like that, and I never moved like I'm not into rapper things, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about spending my earnings on crazy jewelry and, crazy foreign cars and, who the baddest bitch in the club is and, I'm trying to get high and smoke with Snoop and, oh my God, I smoke with Snoop. I'm just not in the rapper shit, you know what I'm saying? My mind, I'm just wired different, so um, that word to me is kind of like, you got all these new rappers that really honestly can't rap or isn't good at rapping. Like it's no passion there, there's no talent there. But I see your image. You know what I'm saying? I see your hair. I see the color. I see your Balenciagas. You know what I'm saying? It's like at a point in time, it's like it's nothing to become a rapper. Like you just want to make up your mind, but hey, I rap. It's like damn. Oh, local rapper from such and such, such and such. He's dead and nobody knew him but the people in the city. So to them, he was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to make it. And it's like it wasn't like that growing up watching Tupac and Biggie. It's like people are trying to be lyrical. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to be lyrical. I'm in the same room as Tupac and Big Pun and Slick Rick is over there and it's DMX. Like I'm coming with it. Like I don't want nobody walking out of here thinking that I'm not lyrical. You know what I'm saying? And it was like when you seen the people come, you know, kids is gonna be kids, and you see more kids make it's like, they being fun or, oh, he's a kid. You can't expect him to be that lyrical, but we do expect you to grow, and I think a lot of these labels aren't liking or allowing these kids to grow. That's why I like NLE Chopper a lot because I see his growth. You know what I'm saying? Not from just music, but the things that he's posting and things that he's sharing, and he's enlightening people, and things like that. And I understand his situation too. Like he's with a label. I understand your more violent stuff is going to sell more than other things, or your label might not be behind. You teaching or enlightening your people and things like that. But I'm proud of him because I see him trying and I see the growth. So yeah, that's basically it.
Do you know him personally?
No, I don't.
Okay. Now, some of these elements you mentioned, like jewelry, foreign cars,
Mm.
getting high with Snoop Dogg, things of that nature, were you ever into that stuff and outgrew it, or you were never into that stuff from the beginning?
I outgrew it because I was getting money in the streets before music. So then it was like I was into the cars, holding up money in pictures and things like that, and I definitely outgrew it. So it was like once I started making music money, it's like to me it's like that was old to me. Like I know what it's like. This I know what type of attention a car brings. I know what type of attention flashing money. Like I done dealt with cases and police and it's like at the end of the day it's not worth it. It's really unwanted attention because you're doing it, to either you want more females on your dick or whatever the fuck, and you're trying to piss off the people that you feel like already hate you. You're trying to piss them off even more. And it's like, you could piss some people off to the point in time to where like they just want to take you out of your element. They don't want to hear about you doing good no more. They don't want to see you flashing money on your page no more because it's stressful to them or it eats them up. It gets under their skin to see you smiling again or see you happy again. And I don't know if I think I said this in an interview with you before in the past, but I'm going to say this again because I feel like a lot of people need to hear this again. They don't understand that they are investing, they are spending money, wasting money, and investing their money into the thought of their haters. And I'm saying it again, you investing and spending and wasting money into the thought of your haters. We grow up and there's so many dudes that be like, they gonna hate me when I pull up in this. Man, they gonna hate me when I come through, with this, but I never hear nobody say, my mama gonna love me when I pull up to the crib in this. My mama gonna love me when she see me wearing this Dior. It's like, you gonna spend all this money for the thought of somebody that already don't like you because you wanna keep them not liking you? You wanna piss them off again and interrupt their day? And you getting a kick out of that? And you don't even know for sure that this is what they saying or if they even seen you with this picture this day, but you willing to spend that much money on this coat and these boots and these jeans and that watch and that, and it's like, look what you're doing to yourself. You're already in debt. Yeah, some people don't understand that they're making it a responsibility. You do it so much to where you have to be this way or you're going to look like you fell off. And I have a fear of looking like I fell off. I don't ever want them to think I fell off, so I got to stay like this. It's like, man, be comfortable with who you are. Who are you in competition with? And it's like, for a long time, I felt like I'm not in competition with anybody as a rapper, like lyrically. Like, I am my own competition. I have to surpass and outdo what I do because I know no one's on my level that's in the industry. So I don't know if it's that, but I'm complacent. I'm good. I'm comfortable with, who I am, what I wear. This is my shit. FG Sports. My sons, they play basketball. I started a sports production company, and it's like, I'd rather, promote myself than go spend, $2,500 on this Gucci coat. And I'm going to come do this interview with my boy DJ Smallz. They're going to see me with the Gucci. I saw Rick Ross with the Gucci on, too. I saw, Dave East with the Gucci on, too. Like, wear your shit, something that's going to benefit you. Somebody can see that and be like, hey, I'm gonna go support dude. And, and it's affordable and blah, 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 blah. And he doing this for the shorties and for the kids, such and such, such and such. So, it's not, I'm comfortable. I'm not in competition with somebody because once you start becoming in competition with haters or other rappers, it's like, you have to pay attention to what that's doing in your pockets. And what is the goal here? Add to your pockets or take away from your pockets? Add to your pockets, get out of the debt, become a free man, start your own record label, become your own boss because you're holding your own self down. A lot of people do the same thing even with Christmas. End of the year, you go broke spending all your money on the people that you love. That's not an obligation. What are you doing here? Is the objective not to put money in your pockets? Is your kids not understanding? Do they not get other stuff throughout the year from you? Is that possible for you to get them other stuff throughout the year? But they feel like my mama don't love me, my daddy don't love me because he didn't give me nothing on December 25th. My life, I grew up, I never got to celebrate Christmas. I got to celebrate Christmas once, and I was about 11 or 12 years old. I had one gift under the tree. My stepbrother and sisters, they had a whole bunch of gifts. They always got to celebrate Christmas. I got one gift underneath the tree, and it was a wrestling ring for me to play my wrestling action figures. And out of everybody I know, I grew up with, was celebrating Christmas and would come to school after break and talk about everything that they had. I'm the only person I know that actually became successful and is living out his dream today. So if your kids miss all of these Christmases, that doesn't determine the fact of whether they'll be successful or happy in life. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, people don't understand that. It's, you have to save your money and stop being in competition with everybody or looking for somebody to be in competition with, And I have a line in my song, Souvenir, where I say, I'm your brother, not your opposition. Just please don't block my vision. Like, you can say what you want to say about Montana Theory. As long as you're not stopping me from paying my bills, taking care of my kids, then you're not in my way. Everybody has a comment box. Anybody could type something in that comment box that takes no talent. You know what I'm saying? The biggest haters in the world could do that for the rest of their life if they, they need to, but that's not stopping me from putting food in my kids' mouth and, keeping a roof over their head or, paying my bills and things like that. So why waste my energy letting it get under my skin or typing this or I'm gonna go buy this $70,000, $80,000 Rolex and shit on them just because they said it's like, dude, look at yourself. Look what y'all doing. And that's what a lot of our people don't understand. We grow up with this mentality and look back like you did it to yourself. You were shooting yourself in the foot. You have bad money management, bad spending habits. You've been in competition with people your whole career, and that's why you have nothing to show for now. That's why you looking to get another deal to put you even more in debt. Because this time you feel like, okay, I'm going to do right this time. But you don't even know you're still in competition with somebody, dude.
Okay, based on what you just said, there may be some viewers who are rappers that respect your experience and opinion when it comes to your thoughts on the foreign cars and the jewelry and things of that nature, when it comes to unwanted attention and is it really worth it? Is it not worth it? But there may be some watching this that may say the reason they do those things may be because of the image in rap music. For example, if there's a rapper that looks like he's getting to the money, has the cars, has the jewelry, has the fly clothes, that may bring in revenue in people wanting to do features with this person, people wanting to book this person at venues to host or perform. Because if somebody looks like they're getting money, it's attracting people that want to spend money with them.
I call it star power. That's what I call it. Like, you have a star power, star quality. You look like you're living like that, so we're going to kind of treat you like that and come at you as if, Yeah, so I understand that. My thing is just be comfortable. Like, don't feel like you have the obligation. Like, none of this is an obligation, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people, I feel like, a lot of rappers or artists have to do it. Like, feel like they have to do it because, like, some people don't tell you, I'm not the most lyrical person in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I'm fly. Every time that's what's, I'm fly and I'm talking a little bit of some of my shit. Every once in a while I say a nice line. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and that might be what makes them feel good. You know what I'm saying? Look, everybody want to look good. Everybody want to feel good, But at the end of the day, just be comfortable with who you are. Do it because it makes you happy and not because, oh, he came with that. Oh, how can I out? You know what I'm saying? It's like when it becomes that, it's like you're doing it for the wrong reasons, man. You're breaking your pockets for the thought of a hater because you want to be seen by a man that's like, oh, yeah, my rims is bigger than his. My ring is bigger than his. He only got 3 big rings. I got 4 all on each finger. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when it's like that, it's like, man, save your money, stack your money. Like, there's some people that's doing all this and it's like you never made a will. You didn't leave nothing behind for your kids. It's like, oh, this label is eating off all of that money. You know what I'm saying? When it should be going straight to your 5 kids you left behind, and things like that. It's like you was too worried about what this dude was doing. Oh, Yo Gotti did this, and then Young Dolph did this, and then the people is like, man, you shitted on him with this. And it's like some people that feel so good to them, it's like, I want to keep hearing that, Like it's some women that just want to go out because the attention, oh, he said something about my butt. He said something about my butt. He said something, and it's like that makes them feel good. And when they feel like, okay, I'm getting older and I'm not turning heads like I used to, then women, they start getting depressed, you know what I'm saying? Self-esteem starts lowering, it's like, I just got to go out to see if I still got it. I ain't been out in a while and it just feels good, But it's like, and they might know they're not giving no attention to any man. It's just, the compliments. I know what I'm going to hear. I know what my body looks like. I know I'm going to get this when I go out in public. Like, I'm used to it. So it's some people like that, and I think it's the same thing with men, sometimes with some men. Yeah, I know when I pull up like this, I'm going to get, oh, yeah, you killed him when you saw me that day? Hey, I remember when you came through with the such and such, with the such and such rims on it. Oh, yeah, it's like, that does it for some people, and that's cool, and it's just like just being aware, man, out of sight is out of mind. And if you watch the people that's had it, the pioneers in the game, the Jay-Z, it's like, there's no crazy jewelry on him. He's not showing off pictures of his cars, and it's like, see that. Understand that. Understand that it's some type of understanding that he has. You know what I'm saying? To like, why is he like that now? When I know he could just shit on us all. And it's like, that should be the aim that you're trying to get to eventually, And it's like, it's a reason. Out of sight is out of mind. Why would you want to take these 10 chains off my neck that I don't have on my neck? That's not going through your mind right now to take the 10 chains that I got because I don't have them on right now, And it's like, yeah, I could do this. It's a time and place for everything. And, everybody doesn't need to see everything. It's like when you're comfortable with yourself, it's like it's not a show. It's not a show off contest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some people, I went and bought a belt, designed a belt, and I instantly took a picture of it. And I posted it on Instagram. I want everybody to see this MCM buckle, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, and some people, it's like they need that, or they need that, you know what I'm saying, that compliment to kind of, you know, make their day. And it's like at the end of the day, you're really spending money on your feelings or the thought of a hater, like I said, or both.
You did give us an example of Jay-Z as he's growing growing older in age and climbing the success ladder. His jewelry is dwindling. But what do you make of an opinion of someone like a Slick Rick, who still continues to wear jewelry at the age he is today, if not more jewelry than he's had previously?
Right. Like I said, you know, I'm not saying that he hasn't matured, but there's some people that live in life who can live to be 60, 70 years old and they never matured, or they never got something out of their system. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some people that's like, man, you know, they could be 60 years old. Man, if I had that much money right now, I go get me an Eldorado Cadillac because they always wanted it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I go get this, and I'll put some such and such rim on it. I go get me a tuxedo, double-breast suit, and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's something that they always had in the back of their mind that they wanted real bad, you know? And you got some people that's just like, you know, like, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't have that on, you know? Or he wouldn't be Montana if he didn't step out with the bandana. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, you know who the fuck I am? Or I got to remind myself of who the fuck I am sometimes. Like, nigga, you Slick Rick, the nigga with 20 chains. Something ain't no game. It's like, yeah, like, when I step out, I got to hit. I had to hit the scene like that. You know what I'm saying? And you don't got to, but, you know, you feel like it's only right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just some people that, you know, that's stuck on that. And it's like, you know, or, damn, Slick Rick, where all the chains at? You know, you see your friend, you might have a friend that you always with, and when people see you and they not with you, they ask, hey, man, what Tally at? Shit, he at home. Motherfucker, you act like it's my motherfucking girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, what Tally at? Shit, with his kids, man, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, they feel like when they see you, they supposed to see this other thing, you know, with you all the time because they've seen it like that so much. But, yeah, even some people ask me, hey, bro, if I don't got my bandana on, it's like, anybody ever tell you love Montana? Yeah, I get that all the time, bro. Oh, that's what I said too, you know. But like, then we kind of look, I'm like, yeah, that's me. For real? Oh, I thought it was you. And, you know, somebody just was in an MCM store today, and they was like, they made a bet. He's like, yeah, so pay me my money. I said, y'all bet? She's like, yeah, I told her that was you. But, so yeah, sometimes my bandana's like, yeah, that's him, nigga. Like, who else is wearing their hair like that with a bandana? It's like, that's him, you know. So sometimes, like, if I wear a hat or a scully or, you know, a snapback or just got my hood on, then people kind of be like, I'm not sure. I don't want to be wrong or salty, but let me just tell them, anybody ever tell you look like, you know, so certain shit like that.
I am curious now that you brought that up, what is the percentage people guess it right dead on that you're Montana when you don't have the bandana on versus not?
You know, not everybody approaches me. So some people, they might keep their distance, or I can just see them kind of checking and looking and they never say nothing to me. But I would say it's about a good 50-50. Yeah, I would say so.
How do you decide when you do wear the bandana or not?
That's funny because I think it's depending on where you're going. You know, like, you could be going to the mall and you want to see your grandmother. I'm stopping at my grandma's house, you know. If I'm stopping at my grandma's house, something like that, where I probably don't expect to possibly run into a fan, then I probably don't wear it. You know what I'm saying? But if I know I'm going to run into a fan, I'm at a basketball game. I'm at the mall. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sit down inside of a restaurant. I'm probably going to get stopped, and they're probably going to ask for a picture. You know, so I might wear my bandana there because it's like, okay, you know, I am who I am. It's not a secret. I'm not hiding about it, you know, or trying to be low key. You know, but if I'm moving around, you know, as a dad, or, you know, like some family, some personal shit, or, you know, trying to keep a low profile, then I usually wear a hat, or, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, like I'm not here on that type of time, you know, on some Montana 300 type of time.
So if people are watching this interview and they catch you in public with the bandana on, is it okay to ask you for a picture? Is that a sign
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, I'm...
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm me today.
Yeah, okay, but when they see you without it...
Don't come up to me. No, I'm saying. No, but I have, you know, people that's, oh, okay, well, I didn't know I was going to stop here. I'm pumping at the gas station. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Montana, help me out. You know, yeah, let's get this picture. Picture of me with the hat on, whatever the hell. You know, or a picture of no hat. And it's like, so it's cool. I'm aware of that when I step out of my house anyway. In public, period, it's always a chance. But it's like when you know you're going into that realm, it's like, you know, ain't no doubt you stepping out. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I think it's really, basically like that. I done had people like kind of come like they think I might snap or something, you know, or be mean. Hey, Montana, you think we could get it? I'm like, yeah, come on. They be like, he said, yeah, like I'm like, damn, y'all asked the question like y'all was damn near scared or something. Like, do I look mean as fuck or something? You know, so I'm not sure.
Could it be the physical altercation headlines or video that have come out in the past about you that may have spurned
It probably
that
could
feeling?
be. It probably could be, but I know I kind of had this blank look on my face a lot. You know, I don't really smile a lot in pictures, but I think that just comes from like I've seen a lot in life, so a lot really doesn't surprise me. Like if some bullshit pop off, it's like I'm kind of already ready. You know what I'm saying for that? I've already thought about that possibility. You know, so I'm ready when I step out or even when I'm in the crib. You know, it's like I'm ready. You know, at all times. Like so. Um, and I tell people, you know, like life, like you can sit out in public and you go watch people come in and out the revolving doors. You know, and it's like, okay, oh, look at this person. Damn, she's tall as hell. You know, oh, look at this person. Head big as fuck. You know, and it's like, oh, look at this person. Oh, the head person is short. Oh, this person, they got some nice shoes. It's like, you can say something about every person that comes through the door. But it's like, you can't expect in life, you can't expect everybody to walk through the door to look presentable. You can't expect everybody to walk through the door to look handsome or pretty. Every once in a while, it's going to be an ugly motherfucker that come through the door. It might not be the fourth person this time. It might be the 10th person. You might get 20 good-looking people and then 21st, you know, but you got to, that's how life is. Like, you got to expect, you got to know that this shit not finna be smooth. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to come. You don't know when, but after so long, it's like, I can't be surprised. I done seen people get backstabbed. You know, I done seen people get killed. Age 9, I saw a murder right in front of my face. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've seen a lot, and a lot of it be unexpected from people or from us. You know what I'm saying? So I think like after so long, even when somebody's approaching me, it's like I almost like, you know, hopefully you're not finna say no dumb shit out of your mouth. You know, coming to me. You know what I'm saying right now? Like what? Like what's up? Oh, you know, I'm a fan, bro. Such and such. Okay, you know. And I think it's the same thing. Even when I was with Kanye, I had stepped out the room for a minute, and my manager was like, "Hey, you think you feeling my shit?" And he was like, yeah. That's just how Montana is, cause you know, I'm sitting in the studio. I watch my surroundings. I'm watching everything. You know, he playing shit. You know, and I'm like this. But Kanye, he playing shit that's not out yet. So he in the studio, just like some other people I know. They be super into their music. And he's in there. And you know, he's here with it. You know, and I'm just kind of, you know, I'm more laid back. You know, because I'm critiquing so much. Even with my own music, I don't be hype on my own music in the studio. When I ride home and I blast my shit, that's might be when I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? But right now it's looking like I'm looking for any type of flaw. You know what I'm saying? So I'm nodding, listening, trying to see if it's anything I don't like or anything that needs to be changed. You know, so I'm enjoying it, but I'm not fully enjoying it because I'm not, you know, fully confident that it's perfect yet. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm listening certain things, you know, and I'm listening, I'm vibing and shit to it. And you know, you got some people that's standing up, jumping all around, like Bobby Smurda or some shit, you know, in the studio, and that's just not my vibe in the studio. You know what I'm saying? So he asked my manager that, like, you think he? He's like, yeah, you know. And what else is crazy is when Kanye would play some shit, and when it would go off a few times, like I would tell him, I'm like, yeah, that was hot. And it was a weird moment, like 2 times he had did this, like when I said that, I'm like, yeah, that was hot. And he looked over at me, he was like, thanks. And you know, he had this smile. It was almost like a little kid. You know, like that's all I ever wanted. It was, you know, some genuine reassurance of, you know, that my work was good enough. You know what I'm saying? And it was like almost like I feel like, remember the Chucky doll? Like, hi, my name is Chucky. Wanna play? And it's like that pause. Wanna play? It's like he was like, hey man, that shit was hot. And he'd be like, and you see his cheeks right, and you see the teeth, and he'd be like, thanks. You know, like, and it's like it seemed like it's real satisfying for him. You know, after the second time, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop telling him this shit hot. You know, but yeah, it was great. You know, being with him in the studio and stuff like that, and just, you know, seeing how he vibe and I didn't know too. It was like even when he had me playing some of my shit that wasn't out yet, you know, and I was seeing the vibe. And, you know, a lot of people know I'm known for like having bars back to back to back. And I've seen him really listen, because sometimes I could play my music for somebody and they could be like, oh, this nigga said, and it's why they saying that. It's like, you missing the bar that I'm saying right now. And I can see him like super listening. And I'm like, damn, I like the way he listened. Like he's really zoned in and tuned in, you know. And I didn't know that at the time, you know, I was there to possibly be signing a publishing deal because he wanted me to write for him. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand, and I didn't know that at the time. I'm just thinking, oh, he probably want to sign me to a deal. He invited me out here to Rick Rubin crib, and we vibe. I'm playing some of my shit, he playing his shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, man, dude, I never, you know, the Chirac and the Holy Ghost, like I never heard that many bars in one song in my life, dude. And he's just like, whoever has heard you, they know they're not fucking with you. He like, remember that, dude. Whoever has heard you, like basically, I have heard you. I'm one of the people that have heard you. Like, whoever has heard you knows that they're not fucking with you. And I'm like, thinking to myself, like, damn, you mind if I pull my phone out and record you saying that shit? You know, but I just kept it to myself, like, oh, okay, bro, you know, appreciate it, man. But it was big to me, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate him and shit on the shit. But you know, I bowed out. I didn't, you know, sign anything. I just was like, it's a nice house and nice, you know, but I just watch everything, and I just feel like, you know, just keep stepping with me and God, and, you know, believing in self, and just, you know, watching people have intentions and ways, and, you know, ain't no telling what people are up to. You see, and he was telling me, like, man, he was talking to I think his manager, his best friend, is his best friend. He was saying, man, he said, see, this nigga got bars. He said, don't get me wrong, Big Sean got the bars too. He said, but Big Sean don't got no story. He said, this nigga Montana, he got bars and he got a story. They're like, right. You know, and he was saying to me too, like, you know, Big Sean, when I signed him, he said, I basically done did my thing already. He said, so I had my time. He said, I'll be pushing you as Montana 300, like, it's your world, you do your thing. He said, that's how it was when I got Big Sean. I was like, you do your thing. He was like, man, bro, I want you to get on this song too. I want you to get on. He's like, I'm like, nigga, it's about you. You know, I'm pushing you up there. And I'm like, okay. And then now you see what Big Sean is saying today. You owe me $6 million. I want my money and blah, blah, blah. And that type of stuff be making me feel like, man, I'm glad, you know, I didn't sign with certain people. And then Meek Mill's coming out, talking about his label. Rowdy, what's his name? Bobby Smurda, the homie.
Rowdy Rebel.
Rowdy Rebel, yeah. I didn't want to say, what's the other Roddy dude?
Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, I was going to say his name. And, you know, just more people coming out, you know, about, you know, I haven't got my money and received my money. I think Boosie had a interview, and he was like, man, unless you making, you know, millions off your record, like selling millions like Drake, is like, you're not finna see no check. Like, you know, it's people out here just, oh, the album sold 30,000 copies. Like, what type of check do you expect to see? When you've been, oh yeah, we going over here. And I got, it's 14 of me and the guys. You know, we need them flights. Like, all this stuff adding up. A lot of people want to say after label when it's like, you ain't been keeping tabs on what all you been having the label do for you. They keeping tabs on it. They haven't recouped yet. Or like Kanye said, made a tweet and said the objective is for the label to never recoup or get you to think that they never recouped. You see what I'm saying? Another good life lesson about this, my favorite movie in the world is The 5 Heartbeats. And there's a part in there when the CEO of the label talks to the manager. He comes over for a meeting, and he says, you and I know the other guys could be replaced. Eddie, the lead singer, he's the main thing in this group. You and I know the other guys could be replaced. Plus, they still owe me for all the cars, all the clothes, all the studio time, plus another long list of expenses. So you see, they're not going anywhere. Watching that as a kid, you don't really look at the dialogue in movies. You're not too interested in that as a kid. You're looking for the fights, you know, the singing parts, all that type of stuff, the cuss words. When people get to talk, it's like, oh, that's boring, grown-up stuff. But as I got older, and I wanted a deal at the time, and then as I started becoming more educated on how this record label stuff worked, and it's like, I watched this movie like 1,000 times, and now this part is sticking out to me, where that's how he looked at his artists. You know what I'm saying? They not going anywhere. They owe me for all the cars, all the clothes, all the jewelry, all the studio time. And it's like, this is a tab. Like, y'all been flexing, making the world think that you got it, when in reality, you was more of a boss before you signed with a record deal. Now you just getting bossed around. I seen even Dej Loaf, you know what I'm saying? She said, I probably never drop music again. And I'm like, damn. And it's like, she was, in her song that blew her up, to Try Me, she was like, and I ain't signing with no label, I'm independent. And it's like, man, you gotta stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying? She'd never be in this predicament. And I think the thing that really blew her up too, I think it's a part where she went wrong at. thing that blew her up is when she came out, that song was hot. The song was raw. But I don't think what people understand, I don't even think the label that signed with her understood this. She was so different and new that it's like we heard the drill, the drill thing was going on. It's like Chief Keef and them, a fuck nigga, you talking about a nigga, But this is a female. She sound good. She rapping. She got hood niggas around her. Held up 2 big chunky ass Glocks. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and she said, let a nigga try me, I'm gonna kill his whole family. Like, damn, like that's next level from this fuck nigga that's fucking playing. Like, I'm gonna kill his whole family. And it's like, the world, we hearing this, it sound good. And it's like, but Shorty said, you know what I'm saying? You can't ignore, who else got a song? I said, I'm gonna kill the whole family. It's like, she got to be ruthless. The game don't got that. No ruthless chick that's that ruthless. You know what I'm saying? And making this shit sound good. And got a hood behind her. So you can't, some scenes she look kind of girly. Some scenes she kind of look kind of tomboyish. So you might not want to play with her. Then I watched her do an interview. And they was asking her about it. And she said, oh, no, that's not me. That's how, like, dudes from my hood is. No, I just, and it was like, and it just killed all that. Like, damn. And it's like, we thought you was something different that the hip-hop game never seen. So some female don't know, like, that's still a thing that somebody can do and probably run with, is be a ruthless ass female that's melodic, but it's like she really a stepper. She really could get you touched. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. And she had that wave going on. That's why when she did, she got features with Dirk after that and Birdman and other people and shit, like, but that shit ain't Try Me. You see what I'm saying? And I think she just really fucked that up. And I don't even think the label was able to point that out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, why don't you do this song with with Dirk and be in this, fake relationship thing where everybody thinks y'all, y'all can feed off each other's fan base. And it's like y'all trying to make her somebody that you gotta do what works. You know what I'm saying? And, I did a remix to the Try Me remix, and I fuck with Dej Loaf, and I hope she able to somehow be able to put out music again, because I think she's actually a good artist.
Now, when it comes to Kanye and the session that you had with him, for context, did you know he wanted to sign you going into that session?
Yeah, I just didn't know the details of it, but he also told me then, like he said you could do the publishing thing where you write for me, or you could sign with me as my artist. He said it's really up to you. And he was like, even if you don't sign, you can still reach out to me if you ever, need advice or blah, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all cool, but I gotta, matter of fact, can I get my phone real fast? I want to rap something.
Just be careful of the mic there above you.
Okay. So look. I think this would be dope. I got something in my notes that I had wrote for him at the time. He had a song called Faded, whatever. So he just had the beat at the time. And hold on. He had the beat at the time, and I was writing some bars to it. I think it's in my notes. Hold on. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rap these lyrics that I wrote for him, but I never sent them to him because I didn't end up signing with him or whatever. But I was writing these bars. So the thing is, I could write for a lot of artists. I've wrote for artists, but nobody as big as Kanye, of course. But so when I write, which I think every writer should do, is they should try to get in the shoes of that artist. You know what I'm saying? And this is back in 2015, and the song, I just heard the beat. I didn't know the concept. I just heard the beat. So I was writing, and I'm in the studio, him and all the Kardashians, they was in there and stuff. Kim was pregnant. And the line, this is some of the rap. I said, my mama gave birth to a problem child. Daddy always had a problem pulling condoms out. They say the devil up inside him now. That nigga crazy, put him up in an asylum now. Haters want to see my high come down. Yeah, they want to see the God from the shy come down. I make the rain from the sky come down. When they realize that they need you, then they pride comes down. Here I come now, I can never let my... I said, no zipper, I can never let my fly come down. Bitches wish I was inside them now. Got they panties all wet, they wanna slide them down. They wanna suck, they wanna ride them now. If I wasn't up in love, maybe I'd be down. But I stopped right there. But that's some of the rap I had wrote for Kanye. And I was telling him some of it in the hallway. And he's just smiling, cheesing hard. He's like, man, you can send me that? In the back of my head, I'm thinking like, nigga, we ain't signed shit or this shit like that. So I'm not texting you shit, shit about this, But those was the bars and shit that I had wrote for him and shit at that time. But it was fun just getting out of, my element to almost, be in the shoes of somebody else. And like I could picture him saying this, the way his voice is, holding this rhythm. Like I don't got no other raps of me rapping with that type of flow. I mean, that type of style, that type of flow. And I got all type of flows I done used and did before, but that was like just, specifically for him and, the way he is and shit like that, not the way I feel like he would feel or like to express himself, shit like that. But yeah, it was a dope experience.
Now, how were you even approached about it?
Okay, so I did an episode on Empire, the TV series, and on the episode I was on, Chris Rock was also on there. Me, him, and Terrence Howard. So I go to the thing, and I, they got the little, the backstage stuff, and they got the little chairs with the names on it. So I look in the thing and I see the chair. It's 4 chairs. And the names on them say Chris Rock, P.D. Pablo, Montana 300, and Terrence Howard. And I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really expect it, so I get in there. So none of them know who I am. So it's like I'm big in Chicago. A couple people, know about Chirac outside, but it's, they older, too, so they probably don't know what's really new with hip-hop. So I'm sitting there, I'm just chilling, and I'm cool. And as we on the set, the inmates, it's like a jail scene, so a lot of the inmates in between cuts, they'd come up to me and, dap me up and shake my hand, like, hey, Montana, fuck with your shit, man, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, thanks. So they come up to the table, because they got the smaller roles that's like extras, So a lot of them like swole, they got picked, muscles on them because they trying to look like inmates, they got picked up just to be in the background. So Terrence Howard and them looking like, damn, like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep coming over here like, they know you. And I'm like, Montana 300, I rap, woo, Chicago, such and such, such and such. And then Chris Rock like, what's the name of some of your songs? I'm like, my biggest song right now is called Ice Cream Truck. I said, I got another remix called I said, but I said, Ice Cream Truck, it's like a single. I said, but I could rap way better than that. It's like, he's like, oh, it don't matter. I'm gonna check it out. And he said, I said, okay, cool. So we go back on set. Then the next break, he back over by his phone. And he said, I got Rick Rubin on the line. So I'm thinking in my head, I said, I heard that name before. The fuck is Rick Rubin? So I'm like, oh, huh. Like I know who the fuck it is. Like, okay, and I'm thinking like, who the fuck is Rick Rubin? I heard that name before. So, so he said, like 5 minutes later, he's like, hey, Rick Rubin says he likes your shit. I'm like, thanks, So me and Chris Rock get to talking. We talking about his top 5 hip-hop albums and, what he think that is and why and stuff like that. And he was like, man, you need to go out to Rick Rubin crib, And he said Kanye be out there, like writing music and working, out at Rick Rubin crib. He's like, man, you need to go out there or whatever. He said, I'm going to get you guys in tune with each other. I'm like, okay, cool. Like this, so I'm looking like, damn, that'd be a blessing if he stick to his word. And he stuck to his word, And, I gave him my email, and shit, I got emailed, by Rick Rubin. And he was like, I'm just thinking I'm going out to Rick Rubin. And when I pulled up with my manager in L.A., when I pulled up, a Range Rover pulled up. And when I went up to the door, getting out the Range Rover was Kanye West. And I'm looking like, wow, like that's, like he coming right up behind me like a regular person, so we go in at the same time. He ain't say nothing to me, I ain't say nothing to him. He go right to the kitchen, open up the kitchen, the refrigerator door. So I just go and break the ice. I said, you heard any of my music? He said, dude, I never heard so many bars in my life in one song. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and it was just, we just started rocking since then. But he was pretty hungry though. He didn't say shit until then.
But at what point did you know there was going to be some sort of interest in an offer on his end?
I didn't. I knew there's a possibility he might come through there. you know, he's like, yeah, Kanye West be out here, blah, 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 blah. You know, so I'm kind of in there like, okay, you know, what's the deal? What y'all trying to do? You know, and it was like, I'm playing my music, I'm seeing him listening, you know, real closely. And then he even asked my manager one time, like, when I was out the room, he was like, is there anything that he do or need, you know, when he in the process of writing? He was like, no, I'm in Montana. He said he'll go to the bathroom and, you know, turn the shower water on, let it run, and he'll just go, like, sit on the floor, you know, like outside the shower, not in the shower, like sit on the floor with his back against the wall. He said he just vent, you know, and shit just be coming to him. And he said, Kanye was like, damn, I'm going to try that, you know what I'm saying? And, but the water, it relaxes me. And I just recently heard this, a form of meditation, too, like the vibration and stuff of the sound. So that's something that I never knew that I just heard. So, but yeah, that's what I do a lot of times when I'm in my process of writing.
So you didn't know any knowledge of any potential deal until that moment?
No.
You're in the studio with him?
No. I found out that the main reason was him wanting me to write for him. Yeah. And more than stuff like Holy Ghost, you know, Chirac, Heat Stroke, more my conscious, you know, type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what he really wanted. Yeah.
But you find that all out then and there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was there like 10, 11 hours straight, you know.
Do you feel... I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
No, do you feel like any of this was like a bait and switch kind of thing? Like Rick Rubin's inviting you there, but it's really under the ruse of Kanye's interest in having you as a writer type of scenario?
Yeah, I do feel like that. I feel like Rick Rubin was being a friend to Kanye, you know, and Kanye's working on an album, and it's like, hey, you know, look at this kid, you know, I came across, like, you probably could listen to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because if the truth came out that it was Kanye that wanted you and was interested in maybe getting in the studio and collaborating or writing, you may or may not have gone out there.
I think I would.
Okay.
Because I don't mind hearing somebody out, you know what I'm saying, or seeing if things make sense, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and then at the time, too, like, I'm younger, of course. It's 2015, and it's like, you know, I'm new to a lot of the game, you know, so I'm just trying to be observant and, you know, learn ropes and, you know, establish relationships and, you know, just things like that. You know, opposed to, like, I'm not being invited to any festivals. You know what I'm saying? Like, you invited out here to somewhere that Kanye West be stopping by. Like, why not go out there and, you know, check it out? You know, they serious and about business. Of course, I did my homework on Rick Rubin after, you know, I left the place to see what he looks like and, you know, see his work.
How long after that Empire session before the Rick Rubin?
Maybe like it was the same month. It was probably like maybe like a week or a week and a half. Yeah.
And when it comes to Kanye, my obvious question in this, as you were talking, was what is a studio session with Kanye West like? You gave us several examples.
Right.
Is there anything else you would add?
I remember he shared this with me. He said, man, and I couldn't believe he said this. He said, that song, All the Lights, he said, man, it took me 2 months to come up with the line. I'm like, 2 months to come up with a line? Guess what the line was? I couldn't wait to hear what he said. He said the line was, MJ gone, a nigga dead. And that was it. And I'm like, it took you 2 months to come up, you know, like, so that was funny, you know. And another thing that stood out too, it seemed like he soaked up more from me than what I did from him. You know what I'm saying? Basically. And that might have been his purpose too, to see, because he actually did say this. He said, check this out, this was great. He said, that shit you got, that street shit, that swag shit, he said, I need that because I live a boring life. Like, I don't have no problems. I don't have no issues. And I'm looking like, that's what the fuck we trying to work to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made this shit sound like that shit is miserable. You know? And I read a lot, and I see that it say, like, in life, you have to always give yourself some type of enemy, even if your enemy is yourself, because you need a target to aim at. You know what I'm saying? Something to fight for, something to work towards. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, that's basically what I did when I said I'm my own competition. You know, I have to either surpass my shit or match it. You know what I'm saying? And I got to that level. You know, when they say you can master cutting hair or doing karate or being a rapper, but it's like the ultimate thing to master in life is yourself, you know, whether it's your emotions or you know, how you just deal with things, period, in life. You know, you have to master, you know, yourself. So it kind of comes down to that too.
Anything else?
No, that's about it. He said some funny shit about uh when it comes to people, like they're all about it's all about points. Like he said I just got done doing a big show, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people or something with Travis Scott. And he said, then after that we went to a club with like 300 people. He said it's so packed in here. I'm looking around like, I'm Kanye West. What the fuck am I doing here? Like I need to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I got out of here. And he was like, he also told me, he was like, man, I remember. Oh, so back to the points with that. He said a lot of people, like somebody could do anything to you just for some points. You know, like, oh, record this camera, finna go over here and steal on Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Just because you want some points, you know this video is gonna go viral. He said, so you have to deny people of those points. He said, because they're looking for points in life. And he said, even the first time I seen Beyonce, he said, I was looking like, wow, this is really Beyonce. Like, I could slap the shit out of her in the back of her ear. And I couldn't believe he said that shit, you know? So that was funny and shit. We both laughed about that and shit. But yeah, he was cool, you know. And he also told me, you know, like, you know how the media try to portray like, oh, he's crazy and he's chasing the paparazzi and fucking up their camera and finna whoop on their ass. He said, no, this is the thing. He said it's me against the media because he said, like, if you have a friend, like if I know you, we cool, and if you hear a bad rumor about me and you go straight to your page to post it, you don't give a fuck about me and my family. You know what I'm saying? When you could call me up or reach out and be like, hey, bro, is that true? That you hit your wife or that you cheated on you? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're not even reaching out there. You rather do some stuff for your platform. It's like, so, you know, it's fuck you. So he's like, so that's what he's like, and that's the shit I got to deal with. So it's me against the media. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. But the whole time, nothing seemed weird or, you know, like he's some clone or he a devil or no type of shit. He's regular with the guys. You know, he's just, he just said, you got to understand that when you get money, you have to get rich friends. When you become rich, you got to get rich friends or your friends can't help but it's a target on your back of your head now because you're the only one with money, and the rest of us could use some money right now to fix everything. So it's like you're the one with the money. It's a target on your back. And then I look in the studio, I'm in there. James Harden is in there. He's listening to my music. He got my phone. He's playing music, my videos. I was off my phone going crazy over the bars. All the Kardashians. Tiger came by. The owner of the NBA. Russell Simmons came by. And I'm just living in this motherfucker looking like, it's way over $1 billion in this room right now, and I'm probably the brokest motherfucker in here, and I probably had like $35,000 to my bank account. But I'm looking like, if I'm in this room, then I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Like for me to be here, you know. So yeah, it was all cool though.
Did any of those names that you just mentioned, the James Harden, the Kardashians, things of that nature, did that intimidate you at all?
No, not at all.
Did you get starstruck at all?
No, not at all.
Nervous at all?
Mm-mm.
Why not? There's some people watching this that may be. If that opportunity were to
I think for a
them.
split second I was starstruck when I seen Kanye pull up in a, you know, like, damn, that's like he really right, you know. And it's like, and then it's like, okay, I calm myself down with this. By the time he got up to the door with us, you know what I'm saying? Like this is really real. Like it's happening so fast. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the rest of them is kind of like I never looked at any of them higher than I ever looked at Kanye. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably why. You know what I'm saying? Then just as a man, period. It's like Kanye, I watched him for so long. Since I was a shorty. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's like I wish I could do what he's doing. I wish I could make it in rap like him. I wish I had a deal like him. I wish what I'm saying? So to see that as a kid, and it's like dancing in your face, like I didn't watch James Harden like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't watch Russell Simmons that closely. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Or none of the Kardashians. Or I didn't watch Tiger like that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So just as a man, I probably really just couldn't. It was just not in me.
Do you think those names that showed up were just by chance, by coincidence, or do you think that was maybe some sort of bait to get you to maybe give you a sample of what that Kanye
I never looked at it that way. But I think they kind of stop by there on a regular, like, every so often. Like, oh, what y'all doing over there? I'll come stop by since I'm probably got houses close by or some shit, and they stop by for an hour or two here and there. I took pictures with Russell and me and Russell. I'm standing in the middle of Russell and Rick Rubin. That's out on the internet. Just certain stuff like that. But they were all cool.
Was that a pic you personally wanted?
I don't remember how that picture came about. I remember the picture, but I don't remember how it came about. But I don't see myself like I would never ask for no picture like that. But maybe Rick might have had it taken. You know what I'm saying? If I took my best guess.
Do you think, when he's complimenting you and things of that nature, do you think he genuinely meant those compliments, or he was just saying that to get you to be a part of his scenario, get you to sign?
Only reason I feel like if I didn't see how he listened to my music, and I just heard him say that, then I think it wouldn't have been genuine. But me playing music that he hadn't heard yet, that I was working on, and I was like, man, I'm working on 2 albums, right? He said, you working on 2 albums, right? He said, I never heard nobody working on 2 albums. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And he's like, wow. So I'm playing him this unreleased music, and he could possibly have been listening to it to steal some ideas or, you know what I'm saying, whatever the hell, but I seen his level and amount of focus, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, man, I really appreciate it and like how he's listening, to it. Like I could tell he's trying to capture everything and listening deeply, you know what I'm saying? So for him to say that, it's like you had to listen to my other music, that way too.
Is he playing his unreleased stuff for you first, or are you playing your unreleased stuff for him first?
I think when I came in there, I played some of my stuff first. I think he had me play some of his stuff first. And Rick actually told me to play some of my stuff. Yeah.
Were you hesitant on doing it?
No.
Okay.
Not at all, no.
Okay. When you're asked in this scenario to play your stuff, are you playing your best stuff that you have at the time? Are these your best bars at that moment in your career?
No.
Are you playing stuff you think he would want to hear, or are you playing stuff that is your best work? I guess
think this is what I did first. I think I went down the list like, you heard Holy Ghost? He's like, yep, I heard Holy Ghost and I heard Chirac. I'm like, okay. Because when you said the most bars you ever heard in one song, I instantly thought Chirac. I'm like, okay, so you've been listening if you got into Holy Ghost, because most people knew me from Chirac. And Holy Ghost didn't have as close to as many views as Chirac had. It just had a few million. So I'm like, okay, cool, and I think original song-wise, I think Holy Ghost was my most lyrical song really at the time, So the other stuff I was really showing him was that I could make actual songs and, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And yeah, so that's probably what it was.
When you are in a studio session of this nature, and I don't know if you've ever been past this, but is it like customized in a sense on what you would play to someone unreleased? Like, is it protocol, for example, to play your best stuff when you're with someone and you're each playing unreleased stuff? Or are you customizing it, like I mentioned in the previous question, stuff they probably want to hear? Or
yeah, I think I probably go with stuff they probably want to hear first.
Okay.
Like, because I got a lot of different categories, teaching and uplifting and, stuff where I'm just trying to destroy the beat lyrically, bar for bar, back to back to back, or, stuff for the females or, just things like that.
Winding down my questions here, why didn't you end up signing?
It's kind of like I feel like out of the vaccine, because I'm not vaccinated. It's like I feel like it's so much I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, why commit to something that you can't even fully break down yourself? You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that stuck with me in life, I remember being a kid, and I didn't even know what the word independent meant yet. That's how young I was. And I remember seeing Snoop. He was like hooping outside in L.A. somewhere, and they gave him an interview, and they said, what advice would you want to give to any of the young artists coming up? And at the time, I wasn't even rapping. I wasn't even an artist. I didn't anything like that. I wasn't pursuing a rap career. And I remember this is like the first time I remember hearing the word independent. And he was like this. He was smiling. The game was over with. He talking and stuff. When they asked him that question, he got real serious, and he was like, man, just stay independent. And it was like the fact that he got serious, it looked like it was almost scary. You know what I'm saying? Like the best I could tell y'all, I can't tell everything, but best advice I'm gonna give y'all, like if somebody one sentence something, it's like all I could break it down to is this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real short and sweet. All I can tell y'all is stay independent. And it's like, damn, and that shit stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do Snoop know that I don't know? You know what I'm saying? Or, I got a line on the intro to my Rap God album, and it says, some people, what I say? I pray the devil of the future. I said, no, I pray my children of the future. Don't let the devil trick them. Some people think you can't get to heaven unless you Christian. How you gonna teach me about a house that you never been in? Can't trust a soul. Look at Satan. Shit, even heaven sent them. And it's like Snoop, when you like, if we finna go rob a house, how important would it be to go talk to somebody that's been in that house before? You see what I'm saying? So it's like if Snoop is in this industry and I'm not yet, and then he kind of acts scary, like I can't really talk, and he's like, but I'm gonna just say this. That's what I can say. Just stay independent, and it's like, man, that stuck with me, and I needed to hear that. I didn't even know what the hell the word meant, but it sounded, sophisticated or intellectual. I'm like, damn, and that's when I think I first ever really heard the word independent, and that it always meant something to me because of that, the way that he said it, the emphasis, the weight it held, and it's like, man, it's something else, and when I see artists come out and talk, F this record label, they don't do for their artists, they don't promote, they don't whoa, they don't answer the phone, they got the worst management. It's like, you be like, man, I'm glad I didn't sign,
Did you actually see a contract, or it was just the thought of him wanting
The Kanye, I didn't see a contract because I kind of basically gave him his answer really that day. But all the other major record labels, I seen contracts, for the most part.
When you say you gave an answer, you actually say you're not interested?
No, it's no, like kind of basically like I'll let you know.
Oh,
yeah,
got it.
Kind of like that, like I'll think about it and let you know.
And when you say vaccine, you're referring to the COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah.
Did you take his offer at all when he said, even if you don't sign, you can still call me up, that type of thing?
I didn't. I haven't called him or reached out to him. I didn't even ask him for his number that day, but I feel like I could. One thing with me, I don't like coming off or as an opportunist at all. You know what I'm saying? Or just ungenuine or just looking for that. Oh, I ain't gonna sign with you, but I want you to do this and do this for me. I know some people, like some guys could try to talk to a female, and be like, hey, shorty, such as that, and when she ignore him, fuck you then, bitch. Like you mad, that they got turned down. And I remember this one guy tried to sign me, and when I told him like I'm cool, he texted me a long message afterwards and was like, hey, shorty, there ain't nobody never nobody ever turned me down. And he's like, I just want to let you know that I wish you the best and that my respect for you just went through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect you so much more. I'm like, I told you no, and you respect me more? Like, that right there, too, is just like, that shit means something. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't do what everybody else you dealt with has done, and it made your respect for me go up. And it's like...
There are viewers watching this interview wondering if you did sign that contract, if you did become a part of his
good music
ensemble,
mm-hmm.
how much bigger the potential of you
mm-hmm.
could have been.
Mm-hmm.
You did allude to Big Sean's situation
mm-hmm.
and how that is carrying on currently in today's time, and it could have ended in that route as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some fans of yours watching this saying, man, Montana could have been huge if he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Sign that paperwork with Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about something of that nature?
I feel like, of course, if I signed, I would be way bigger than I am. But it's like, think about possibly how much Montana that you've heard that you would have never heard. You see what I'm saying? Think about how many projects I put out that you just would have never gotten. You know what I'm saying? I could be trying to work on my 3rd album right now, opposed to my 8th. You see what I'm saying? Things like that. I train my son a lot with basketball. I'm pretty sure, I sat down with labels and they like, hey, I hope you don't got no girlfriend or no kids. And it's like, that's exactly what I got. Like, what the fuck? Like, was I supposed to get hype and happy with you when you just said that? And it's like, so to them, it's like, shit, you got to go out there and make our money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, we don't give a fuck about daddy training little Tony. You know what I'm saying? Or you spending quality time with your babies. Like, if you want them with you that bad, put their ass on the road with you. Spend your money to get them a on the road tutor or whatever hell. So a lot of people don't care about that. Some people just, I just want to see you be the biggest artist in the world. Like, to the world, is like, that's not the most important thing, you know. To me, because, like I said, like, a mind isn't supposed to live in fear, and a mind isn't supposed to live in stress. A mind isn't supposed to live in misery. A lot of these artists, they've been miserable for years, even decades, feeling like, the slaves back in the day. I just want to be free. I just want things to change. I wish God could, lift this weight off me and, undo this thing. Like, I actually put myself in this situation. Like, even today, the thing, they just changed what is CDC, I guess, called. Like, all of a sudden you go from 14 days to 5 and 6 days, like, just like that. Just when you make up your mind to change something, this is officially what it is. But just yesterday, somebody would have been saying, "Oh, you haven't been quarantining long enough. You only been in, quarantining for 9 days." Everybody knows that's not enough. You can ask anybody. When they change their mind tomorrow, it's more than enough. And it's like, that's the world we live in. It's like, you had all these NBA players take this vaccine. It's like, now they all catching it, so it's like, oh, just fuck it.
There are fans of yours watching this wanting to know, how do you feel right now where you're at with your career?
I feel like I'm comfortable with who I am. I always say, I'm like, on my intro on my album, I even say, don't ever think that I'm satisfied, and I talk about that. Like, you may call me the rap god. You may say I'm the best, but don't ever think I'm satisfied, And even if I was the biggest rapper, I still wouldn't be satisfied. It's like, it's always room to grow. It's always more you can do, So I always have that mentality, period, no matter where I'm at. But I'm not uncomfortable. I'm financially stable. I can go, if I want to go be in competition with somebody with some jewelry, I can go do that. If I want to go spend some money on a crazy car, I can go do, I'm in condition to do that, things like that. So it's just, I think about a lot of other things other than music, from, the COVID stuff, things we're dealing with in the world. And it's like, those things make me more uneasy than, thinking about where I'm at or how far I've came as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everybody is coughing right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is sick. And it's like, every, couple of hours, somebody's texting saying, "Hey, I just found out I got COVID." It's like, what is happening in the world? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if like, rap or music ain't really that important if the whole world is getting sick. You know what I'm saying? But me, like, I got to live out my dream. If all of this ended, tomorrow, I still feel accomplished, or I did what I set out to do. I do feel blackballed, in the industry, but I understand that comes with not doing business with, the people that run it. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be like, "Oh, F y'all, and I'm gonna have my own way." You know what I'm saying? And be invited to all the award shows and all the big festivals. You know what I'm saying? You need certain powerful people, doing politics for you and things like that. So I understand it comes, that comes with it, and people want to, people only want to get on that train when it's moving, or they feel like, And I dealt with that, even just in Chicago, from reaching out to people, and they wasn't trying to shoot videos for me. And then when I blew up with Chirac, all of a sudden they got amnesia and they reaching out to me, and, "I want to do this interview with you." I tried to do an interview with you back then, and you was talking about charging me $3,500. Now you want me to do an interview, and you flying somebody out to do an interview with me. From videographers to stuff like that to artists. Like, dude, I seen you before in the past, and you wasn't trying to, show this type of love then. Why you got all this energy and trying to show love now? So it's just, that's how the world or the industry is, and a lot of people, some people already see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, see the fakeness. You know what I'm saying? Or how people look at, "Oh, he hot right now. Let's do this." You know what I'm saying? Let's get on him. Let's do a song on him. Yeah, he is hot. Because if he wasn't hot, he wouldn't be reaching out. So it's not genuine. It's not really about you. It's all about who's hot, or does somebody still listen to him? Does somebody still, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm just glad I got a solid fan base, that's genuine. It's like, I have like a real, like, cult like fan base. Like, nobody's around or in my face because of the Gucci I have on. You know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, you don't have no." It's like, you're not here because I can't wait to see what Montana's wearing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, literally, what is inside of me, what is coming out of my mouth, what is in my brain, what's coming out of my brain, coming from my brain. That's where my fan base is built. Not because somebody want to get close to me and see what type of lifestyle I live as a, rich rapper. or if I'll spend, thousands of dollars on them some designer bags if they get close to me because I'm in all of this designer or anything like that. So I feel like my fan base is pretty genuine and they're here for the actual lyrics, the things that makes a rapper, that should make a rapper unique and important.
Some of the things you're mentioning with what you've just said, like not being invited to this and that because of your stance, and reminds me of some things I've heard Russ, a recording artist named Russ, say.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Russ at all?
A little bit. My artist No Fatigue just sent me a video of him talking, and he was like, "Man, I think you and him should do something together." Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know if you're familiar with that or what you thought of him based on some of the things you're saying. Sounds very similar to things he's said as well. So just curious on that.
Sounds like a good dude then.
Just tying some loose ends here, you did mention Tally's name. Tally is not in the building with us today. J Real is, though. Where is Tally for people, viewers watching this, wanting to know?
He's with his family. He got some family members, some kids around, even just caught COVID and stuff like that. So he's like tending to them. So he passed up on this trip or whatever. Like I was saying, some stuff just bigger than music, conditioning the state that this world in right now is just like, especially this thing is really man-made and been planned out. It's like this is really crazy.
If Kanye's watching this, anything you would say to him?
Thanks for the opportunity. I even appreciate that you bringing me out and us rocking and vibing and stuff like that. Like to me, we made history. Even at that day, even though we didn't record anything or sign anything. And appreciate just everything you did for hip hop. Music itself. One of the greatest artists and greatest producers I ever heard. I'm pretty sure the game has ever heard or witnessed too. So salute. I hope you live long and keep making music and hopefully we do get to actually make something, record something together one day.
And my last question before we end this conversation here is, you did mention several names in this interview. NLE Chopper asked if you personally knew him. We've answered that. Kanye, you've actually were in his presence, so we know that's a fact. But any of these other names you mentioned in this conversation, personally?
I'm trying to think who else I mentioned. Said Travis Scott, I don't know him. I never met Big Sean. Never met Meek Mills. I never met Dej Loaf, but we stood right next to each other when I performed the show with Fetty. I went to this little front area that kind of looked like a concession stand, little silver slide things. And I went there, it was like a little window with a lady waiting, and some little short motherfucker with a little short haircut was next to me, and I looked like, who is this little person, and I look, and I'm like, that's Dej Loaf, and she was like really like next to me like this close, and it's like, look, and seeing her, but her hair was a little bit different from what I'm used to, so it almost didn't look like her. So I seen her, but we didn't say anything to each other, I went on about my business. But I'm trying to think who else I named. Rowdy Rebel, I never met him. Who else? I feel like it was somebody else that complained about a label. Boosie. Boosie gave me a shout out, back kind of when I first started popping with Chirac and stuff. And he gave me like 2 shout outs on Twitter and stuff before. Some of his family actually booked me for a show in Pittsburgh one time. So I guess they had put him on to me and stuff like that. So he gave me a shout out on Twitter and stuff before, but I haven't met him in person. Yeah.
And anything else?
Nothing. Go get the album January 6th. Rap God, the album. It's my last solo album, 25 tracks. And y'all get ready for that. We probably do another interview, about the album after it comes out.
And what's the release date on that one more time?
January 26th. The pre-order is up now.
And for time reference, it's December 2021 now.